So the fifth episode of The Boys has dropped of season 5, and probably the one thing that got me excited with this episode is this is the episode where Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins was gonna be in the episode, which of course were the other two stars of Supernatural. Of course, this being run by Eric Kripke it's understandable as to why they were one part of the show. I mean, we already had Jim Beaver, Rob Benedict, and many others, and of course Jensen as Jeffrey D. Morgan, and of course Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy. So it's only a matter of time to have Sam and Castiel join the cast of the show, and I'll talk about them later in the video. But I want to talk about the episode, and I think this is an interesting episode. Honestly, I say that word a lot, don't I? Um, but the reason I use that word is because this episode is the least boys episode I can remember, because the boys show up but not a lot in the episode. They appear only for a few minutes, like 5 or 6 minutes in this episode, because the episode mostly focused on the soups and what they're doing. So apparently they were having the soups were having a meeting, the seven having a meeting about the Church of America, about Homelander being God, and Firecrackers are kind of a little mixed about that. To which we focus on her for a bit, having a pillow talk with Soldier Boy, which will play a kind of wild part in later in the episode. And then we see her go on the news, and she's kind of feeling emotional about her speech in the news, and Firecrackers kind of has a little issues with Homelander. I mean, ever since the video of Flight 37 got exposed, and especially when she starts being with Soldier Boy, things get a little heated, honestly, between her and Homelander. We'll get into that later. And at first, it seemed like this was gonna be Firecracker focused episode, because the title card had Firecracker before we started getting to focus on her. But then after her part was done, we get to other part of the meeting where we get focused on Black Noir, and that's what we get focused on next. Where we focus on Black Noir's second, not being Black Noir, and his acting career on stage, where he gets to become friends with the director after telling him what he wants to do, and he at first things go well between each other, and it seems like they were gonna be on Broadway. However, unfortunately, tragedy happened after the Adam gets killed in the bathroom, and Black Noir second gets heated with the Deep for what happened, and the Deep kind of warns him about him, that Homelander might kill him if he tells him he was on play, and that consequences will happen if he finds that out. I thought that was a very good moment about Black Noir's life, beyond just being Black Noir, and kind of you can understand why Black Noir is kind of not feeling. It's kind of a lot of pain right now, and really, Black Noir second is a very fun character. Honestly, I really enjoyed him a lot more in this season, especially when he tries to be more like Black Noir. It's kind of a little fun, kind of funny too. And then we get to Sister Sage, where we focus on her and Ashley, where she talks about V1 and soups, and world, how with war with soups and humans and not enough humans, and World War III and stuff like that. And really thought it was a good. I thought it was decent. Probably my least favorite segment. Oh wait, no. Before Sister Sage, we focused on Billy Butcher's dog, Terror, who kind of wants to play with Homelander, if you know what I mean. If you saw the episode, he gets dreams about Homelander, and he likes playing with the toy on it, and he wants to eat chocolate, even though as we all know, dogs can't eat chocolate because they cannot survive chocolate, and Frenchie makes chocolate, but unfortunately it gets ruined, and Trevor tries to eat it in the trash, but because Butcher saw it, he kind of got nervous, got worried, and tries to help Terror, and to the point where he vomits the chocolate. But was still thinking about playing with Homelander, both in human Homelander and toy Homelander, and that was a very funny moment, and this is the only part of the episode where we get to see the boys members like Kimiko, Starlight, Frenchie, and Huey and Billy, and MM as well. And I thought that was very funny. It's part of the episode, honestly, with the terror segment. But we also, and then after Terror and Sage, we get to Soldier Boy, where Soldier Boy and Homelander go to L.A. To find Mr. Marathon, the speedster played by Jared Padalecki, who was initially part of the seven, but A Train beat him after in a race. Um, and then apparently Marathon was doing movies with Sony Pictures Television, which is what The Boys is being made under, alongside Amazon Prime. I really thought Jared Padalecki was decent in the role. I really liked him a lot. Of course, I enjoy him a lot in Supernatural, so it's cool to see him reunite with Jensen on screen. I mean, they still hang out with each other all the time in real life doing conventions for the most part. Jared's been canceled. I mean, come on, I couldn't meet him in Norfolk in January, but it was cool to see him in the show. And then we get to meet Misha Collins' character, who is also Soup, who has gas powers. And he did it once by making Homelander pass out. And he was hanging out with other celebrities like Seth Rogen or Will Forte and Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who is of course from Kick-Ass and How to Train Your Dragon. And it was cool to see them in the show. And Kumail Nanjiani from Eternals and Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, and The X-Files. So yeah, it was cool to see those celebrity guests, and they all meet a great fate. I will get to that later. But Homelander and Soldier Boy are here to meet Mr. Marathon to look for some answers to find where the V1 is after talking with Stan Edgar that he apparently might know about that Mr. Marathon has it. And Mr. Marathon said he doesn't have it, but Bombsight might. Um, and but then after Misha Collins' character makes Homelander pass out with his gas powers, Mr. Marathon wanted to team up with Soldier Boy. Wanted Soldier Boy to team up with him, but Soldier Boy declined and killed Misha Collins' character by choking him, by breaking his neck. Which I thought was crazy that Dean Winchester killed Castiel. And Mr. Marathon tries to tries to kill Soldier Boy, but instead he made the other celebrities get killed off, all of them, accidentally get run over by Mr. Marathon from like Will Forte, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, and Kumail Nanjiani gets killed by Mr. Marathon, and Seth Rogen gets split in half by Marathon. At first he felt emotional, but then breaks Rogen's neck. So a bunch of celebrity deaths in this episode, very intense ones. But then Soldier Boy stops Marathon by putting milk on the floor on his room, where it has Soldier Boy comic books and their stuff where they were doing uh, coke with each other. Um, and Soldier Boy breaks the dude's legs and tries to get some answers. And Master Marathon did sort of, but fortunately gets crushed by Homelander in the head. And and Soldier Boy also promised that he'll not be with Firecracker anymore. And then the episode ends with a conversation between Homelander and Firecracker. And things get a little heated because Homelander is kind of not happy with Soldier Boy and Firecracker doing things together, especially when talking about them, when Firecracker is talking about Homelander with Soldier Boy, and especially when talking about God and stuff like that, and things get very very heated to the point where Homelander kills Firecracker with one of the with like eagle statues, and kills her. Like, dang, that's very intense. And so so that is the fifth episode of season 5 of The Boys, of episode where he has supernatural reunion, celebrity cameos, and also focus on some of the soups and one dog, and a brief appearance from the boys themselves. So yeah, there's a very unique episode. I thought it was decent, and some of the violence stuff, like of course Mr. Marathon killing the celebrities, was very gruesome, super gruesome. And I thought the parts where they focus on some of the suits being my favorite, like being Black Noir II, of course Soldier Boy, was very cool. Honestly, cool idea. So especially with the title cards of each character, like similar to the boys, is very awesome. So yeah, that's my thought. So that's my review on the fifth episode, season 5 of The Boys. I mean, oh, and they don't play the Carry On Wayward Son in the episodes. Sorry, when Supernatural reunion comes up, but yeah, that's my thoughts on the 5th episodes of The Boys. So peace out, bye.